Daniel, I'm from Johannesburg, and I'm 18 years old with no kids. And I moved here at the start of the year, but my girlfriend, she still lives in Joburg, and we've been doing long distance. And anyone who's done long distance can tell you that it's tough. It's the most lonely parts of being single combined with the most demanding parts of being in a relationship. So I'm very single in that I go to sleep cuddling a pillow as if it's another human being, while I'm bound by my relationship in that me and the pillow can never be more than just friends. That would be like cheating in my imagination. So what I do is I imagine the pillow as someone who comforts me, but who I don't feel any strong feelings for. Someone who can make me feel calm, sure, but not someone who I see in a romantic way. So every night, I get into bed, I hold my pillow, and I whisper, "Good night, Mr. Robin Gordon." And then I kiss it, but not where I'd imagine his lips would be, obviously. I reach over and I turn off my bedside lamp, Trevor Manuel, pull the Nene over my head, and I sleep like a baby. So that's how I've been dealing with my feelings. And I think you need to be good at dealing with your feelings in a long-distance relationship. And I think that I'm not very good at dealing with my feelings. I think I struggle to open up emotionally. And that frustrates my girlfriend immensely, even though there's a completely innocent reason for it. But she doesn't know that because I don't like opening up about why. And I'll get back to that, but first, for some context, I want to tell you about the worst birthday that I've ever had. Now, it didn't seem that bad at the time, until I had a few more birthdays, and I realized that I don't have to be screaming and covered in placenta for all of them. And in fact, I reckon that if I play my cards right, it will never happen on any of my other birthdays, besides that very first day. You know, I'm the type of guy who I feel guilty when I ask someone who I don't really know that well for work that I missed in class, for example, just because it inconveniences them. I need to remind myself that 18 years ago, I forced my head out of the vagina of a woman who, at that point, I hadn't met yet. I was doing muscle damage to the walls of her uterus, wondering what her face might look like. But that's, you know, call me old-fashioned, but I just wasn't raised that way. But that's how they do it these days. I met my mom, my biological mom, for the first time during the most thrilling and terrifying sexual experience that I will ever have. And for most of my adult life, I've been trying to, firstly, forget how we met, and secondly, trying subconsciously to find someone who can make me feel that way again. Yikes, I'm glad my girlfriend lives in Joburg. And sometimes, you know, that's how my mom introduced herself to me. She had to get a C-section. Because I haven't grown much since my birth. And if that's not freaky enough, sometimes after you pop out, they cut your foreskin off, which personally I can't really speak about because I still have my foreskin on both nipples. But even though I got to keep them, the day of my birth was overwhelming, and frankly, as an infant, I lacked the emotional resources to work through it in a healthy way. And so, with an indignant look on her face, my girlfriend asks me why I don't open up more. I think anyone who's been born the way we have has a pretty good reason to be emotionally stunted. By all rights, I think none of us should want to open up more than we do already. And I'm surprised that when we talk about our loved ones, we get to talk about more than just the weather and test match cricket. And I think that's beautiful. Thank you very much.